Hunt with passion. Never stop casting. Chase the dream. Welcome to Season 5 of Musky Mastery Outdoors, brought to you by Joe Bucher Outdoors, #1 in big game fish products, and by Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. It had now been 3 days since I first got a glimpse of the giant muskie. I hadn't seen the entire fish, but judging by the half I did see, I knew that she was a beast. On day 2, I saw her jaws as they broke the surface, sending my TopRaider flying into the air as the brute purposely toyed with me. And it was more than enough to keep me in the game. I was hunting her now, and I knew that the slight wind change and low pressure system might just push her over the edge. In order to test her mood, I sent a 700 Buchertail tinsel flying in her direction and held on tight.
Keep a tight line on her, Chazzy. Keep a tight line on her. All right, you got her, baby. Well, that's a big fish, man. All right, I think we got her. If I can just we got her. All right, guys, this is an unbelievably big fish. Oh my God, look at the size of that muskie, guys. Holy smokes, that is a horse in all capacities. Oh my God, that's got to be 35 pounds of northern Wisconsin bruiser right there. Holy cow, guys, we'll get her back and I'll fill you in on all the details. Holy cow, what a beautiful fish. That is amazing. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to this muskie hunt. This isn't just a muskie episode. This is a muskie hunt for a big northern Wisconsin muskie. Holy cow. She was about an inch away from the magic 5.0 mark, guys. And the story behind this fish, because this is truly a hunt. This is 3 days worth of persistent casting, persistent just targeting of a big muskie. We have been battling here the last number of days a northeast wind. I got high bluebird skies here. We've had kind of an easterly wind for probably a week. We've been catching muskies, but it's been very difficult. Very small window, single bites for 10 plus hours of fishing. Very, very, very small windows here. So 3 days ago, I raised this big muskie, which I think it was her. I only saw half the muskie. She came in originally on 700 Buchertail tinsel here, old Goldilocks, and she followed in. I actually finished the figure 8, bombed off another cast, looked down, and I saw about half of her body, and I was like, whoa, that's a big muskie. So I kept trying. Again, 3 days ago, I only saw half of her, and it wasn't much of a follow. Fast forward another day, okay? This is actually last night. Fished again about, 10 hours or so. I think I might have caught one tiny little northern pike. I mean, nothing, no musky activity. At last light, it's past 9 o'clock. I show up on the spot, throw in the old baby loon TopRaider, and get a follow. She follows it in. Again, I'm assuming it was this big fish. She doesn't come into the 8, nothing happens. Threw the cast backs at her, through the JB Rattler, through the 8/8, Goldie tinsel, nothing. And then I put the TopRaider back on, and she blew up on it, out of nowhere. And I could just see the head on it. That's the real big giveaway sometimes on these monsters, is you can tell how big the head is. She blew up on the TR. I night fished for her, didn't see her. So here's day 3. The wind switched. I noticed right when I woke up this morning, I looked outside with my cup of coffee, and I noticed the wind was blowing much more southwest than east. And I said, okay, we'll see. About 15 minutes into my hunt for this big old girl, and she just ate it at the end of the cast. I mean, it was incredible. I had a feeling it was her. When the bow of the boat started getting pulled in to shore, I was like, oh, that's gotta be her. So that is, I want to really sum this whole thing up for you, because a lot of folks ask me, well, what are the keys to catching big fish in northern Wisconsin, in our pressured waters here of northern Wisconsin, all of our jet skiers and musky anglers and clubs and you name it. I'd say the biggest takeaway on this muskie and a lot of these big muskies is just persistence. Staying on them, targeting these fish, not giving up, not giving in to, let's go to a numbers lake, let's go to a this, let's go fish for bass, let's throw a couple walleyes on the grill. That stuff's fun, I get it, don't get me wrong. I love catching northern pike. But when you really want to consistently tag big fish, the biggest key that I can give you here, my amazing YouTube friends, is consistency with your hunting. This isn't musky fishing. It really is hunting when you get into this, especially when you start targeting large muskies. It's all about the hunt, and you have to keep knocking on that door until she answers. You know she's there. You know she's in the vicinity. She may be suspended in relation to whatever structure you're fishing, but you have to keep knocking, and sooner or later, when the party is a rockin' and you are a knockin', she's gonna eat. And it's the payoff and the feeling, as many of you know out there, and if you don't know yet, you're gonna find out soon enough. It's incredible, it always is worth it. The other tip I'd give you is, and I've talked about this before, is when you're hunting big fish, especially when you're hunting them solo like I am here today, you playing these muskies is totally different than if you got somebody in the net, somebody else with you on the net. When you're solo, you've really got to take your time, especially with big muskies, until you see how well they're hooked. This big brute, I fought her. I walked her around the boat. I mean, I kept tension on her. I kept free spooling her, which means you're letting her run under tension of the thumb on the spool. I just played her out. I tried to tire the fish out until I could see A, where she was hooked and how well she was hooked, and B, just so I could get a good vantage point on her with the net. When you're solo on big fish, you've got to play them totally differently. If Richardson or Conti or Big Whiskey were with me, I probably would have had that fish in the net faster. But when you're solo, you just can't rush the process. It is a process. It's a real fight. So those are the two big takeaways I want to leave you with here on this monster muskie. Unbelievable fish. Every one of these muskies, they're all special, but these big ones are incredible. They're long-lived. That fish is probably 25 years old. And you get a shot at them. I mean, took her you know, a while to gain her energy back on the release. Always important. Just a tip. There's a lot of talk right now about, you know, releasing muskies properly. Take your time. I sat with that fish. I probably could have let her go 15 minutes into the release, but I just sat with her for 30 minutes. Partly because it's beautiful and you want to enjoy that release, but also because my rule of thumb when releasing really big muskies, especially really big ones, is I want those fish to actually break my grip on their tail. I want them to have enough energy on the release to bust through your grip and to take off. That is when you know a muskie is ready to go. If they swim off, you know, yeah, usually they're good. But if you really want to know, as I was looking around and there's jet skis and stuff, I looked at her back. I said, boy, that's the last thing I want, is a jet ski running over, you know, this big, beautiful fish. So I just sat there for a very long time until she broke the grip and took off. And that's when you know. Anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this muskie hunt. This was an absolute blast to put together, and what an incredible fish that I got to share with you guys here today. Some really cool stuff when it comes to hunting big fish in this state. I absolutely love it. It is, it's as we say, living the dream here. So thanks again for watching. Can't thank everybody enough for your support, and have a good one, guys. See you soon. And I think I already said this, but I'll say it again. Thanks for watching.